was that
Cult
for
of
me?
Ghouls. So
okay,
anybody,
right. So we're getting some skill checks for reading, huh? Good.
anybody who read Cult of Ghouls, you get
Huh?
a check for that, and you also get plus 5% to your cult.
Okay, so we check it and get 5.
Exactly.
What's that?
You know, Kevin Hart was like.
Yep.
Also,
Oh, I should get a check for French too, right? Or no?
You probably should, because you've been reading the
yeah,
book in
that makes
French. You got.
sense. Sure. If you're
I think
looking at the original, if you're looking at the original, and then you're looking at the translation, sure, I'll give
Yeah.
you a check for that.
Yeah,
That makes
I think
sense.
I think it says in the book too, when you read an occult or mythos tome, if you actually read it, you should get a check in your language that it was in. Makes sense.
Okay, so Lee, what are we doing exactly here?
You get to check your occult skill,
Okay.
and you also get 5% there.
So we get to check. So roll against it, and then.
Yeah, you can. I mean, but you get a check, so you could roll, and then you get 5% on top of that. So
Okay, so I'm going to do Aloysia first. And he fails it. Physically knew he would. He actually rolled pretty good there. So 1d10 for Aloysia. 3, so 8, 13, 18. Massive increase. Alright, what else do we need to check for these guys?
also, you get to check French.
Oh, I do.
Anybody who read the book, even if they don't
Okay.
have the language, they get to check it. They can roll.
I don't think Aloysia read the book.
All right, I'll do that for Humperdinck.
Well, if
I'll do that for
If he
Jeff.
didn't roll the book, then he doesn't. If he doesn't roll the book, he doesn't get the occult stuff.
Oh, I don't think he did. That doesn't sound like
it's
an
only-
Aloysius thing to do.
People who actually read the book get the occult skill and the roll, and then they also get the French.
All right, so I put him at 01 with a check.
I don't know if Jeff read the book. Did he?
He said he did. I think the only people who didn't were Aloysia and Zhang. I may be wrong about that, but
Oh, Sebastian. No increase to French. Let's see.
and also Stuart did actually learn that resurrection spell, right? Didn't he burn his luck to do that?
Let me see if he noted it here.
I think he did, and I think there was a little. If anybody had that spell,
Yeah, he has it written on his character sheet.
Actually did
Resurrection.
memorize that, yeah. So he does have that spell. So of course he can teach that to you guys.
Good to know.
I
Be
think there
very,
were-
very careful.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Ralphie, there's
Guys, I'm gonna step away for just a
nuggets out
second.
there
I'll
for
be right
Mike and you if you want them. With some mayonnaise ketchup stuff I made. Alright, let's see.
And if we meet any like gaunt, red-faced, pock-marked, cultist bastards, we can also just put them back in the bottle. You know what I'm saying? There's a reverse version of it. Anybody who's resurrected can be targeted with it to reverse the spell.
Jeff now has an 8 in French. Oui, oui.
Okay.
I gained 3 in occult and 6 in French.
Nice.
Lucky 13 at occult.
Very nice.
And I have 91 luck points.
That is some luck right there.
That'll come in very handy.
You don't even know. I'm gonna open up a can of whoop ass on somebody. It's cool as I can use my machete now, or my nunchucks, get 2 attacks in a round, and get 2d8 damage plus damage bonus instead of 1d8 damage twice. So that's like 4d8 plus 2d4 damage in one round, hand to hand. Because I'm a heavy hitter and I got rapid attack.
Man, that's
Is you a
brutal.
heavy hitter in what?
Rapid attack.
Rapid. You guys left off. You were okay.
You're cutting out again, Lee.
Oh, really? Is this?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. God damn it! Why is this thing cutting out? Son of a bitch.
I know, but it's cutting out at like the most important parts.
Is it like a desktop mic on your desk? Or is it like a headset type of mic that you're wearing?
Oh, it's a desktop mic.
Yeah, just move it just a little bit closer to yourself. That should work.
Yeah, hopefully that's good. So Dr. Monteverde, you're in his office, and of course you did show him the dagger, and you guys got those translations, right?
Right, the dagger.
Yes. Peace, place of judgment. There's no peace at the place of judgment. There's no rest at the gateway. The 6 different translations. And then he gives you the transliteration. And you remember what that was?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
It literally almost sounds like somebody's trying to say Nyarlathotep.
Right. All right. So, you guys want me to continue?
Yeah, man.
Go ahead. Okay. So,
Looks like Harry's going to be here in 10 minutes, though.
well, I mean, I'll continue if you guys are okay with explaining it to him, or should we wait?
Well,
Maybe we should give Harry a few minutes because we're just going to have to repeat everything back to him anyway. You know? And I have no problem waiting for a few minutes here for Harry to show up. Catch him up on things because I think he's got some roles and stuff to do too. And I found that text. I'm going to paste it into the chat here.
Okay.
I'll put it in the journal too. And we inspected all of the artifacts that we got, right? Or I mean, oh, we were getting insight on all of these objects. Robe of office, spice box, toy barge. We're going to another auction, aren't we? Isn't that what we're doing?
Yeah. Well, there's another auction scheduled. If you guys want to go, Socorro let you know about it.
of course we want to go.
You could send a buyer. You have an idea what you want.
All of it.
Limit you want to pay.
Shit. There is no peace through the gateway. Old gnarly. So if Nyarlathotep is involved, that means we're in danger virtually every second because of all the different forms that the crawling chaos can take.
Lots of masks. It's true.
One of my favorites was in that, and I'm just editing our journal here. One of my favorite forms was that in Masks of Nyarlathotep. I think it was in Shanghai. He took the form of the bloated woman. Or no, it was Egypt. The bloated woman, like a 2-story high, gigantic woman-looking thing.
It was Shanghai. I think you're right.
I think it was Egypt, though, because there was a pyramid. It may have been Shanghai and Egypt. There's a pyramid where they're having this ritual inside the pyramid, and the thing appears. Shrunken human head.
And as you guys come into the National Museum on your way to this guy's office, you definitely, there's a pretty impressive collection of all kinds of stuff in here. Statues and obelisks and pottery and dishes and
Yeah, I think Juliet is finally coming around to the understanding that they're not just merely toys and trinkets and just old junk.
Yeah, they're taking on a whole new meaning. Antique stores. Sebastian's thinking about shunning them for good.
I did a little research. The first female class at West Point was like 1977. But I come up. Hey Harry, what's up?
Harry.
Hola, Mr. X.
Hello, hello.
But yeah, the first female class at West Point was 1977. But I had come up with the idea before I even knew that Juliet graduated from West Point. So we're just going to say, since it's a Pulp game, she's actually the first female graduate from West Point. Yay.
Okay. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah, she served as like second lieutenant in the Air Force for a while, and that's when she was recruited by the CIA.
She was a butter bar.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello,
Hey.
hello. Check, check, mic check, 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 check.
Yeah, no kidding. So
I can
driving
hear-
you crazy with that?
No, you sound fine. Can you hear us all right?
Yes. I meant earlier while I
Harry?
was messing with. Yeah.
Do you know you've been logged into Roll20 for like 2 weeks?
It's a glitch.
No.
It's a glitch.
Yeah.
It's an awesome glitch because whenever I log in there, I was like, I'm not alone.
Yeah, so when you haven't been here, you have actually been here.
All right. So I think, does Harry's character need to make any rolls?
Yeah.
He didn't read from the book, so he doesn't have to do any of
No,
that.
but he probably needs to roll for luck, and if he has any hit points gone, he needs to get those. And
Could we teach him spells?
Yeah, you can teach him. You can teach him
We
all
have
those.
spells, Harry. Would you like to know some spells?
Hmm.
Because there is such a thing as magic. We have found out.
magic, do do do.
Whoa,
Sure,
whoa, it's magic.
I think Zhang would be interested in that. So what is it that you know?
Oh, let me grab them for you here.
We all know Blessed Blade if you wanted to learn that one from the one and only
Right.
Mr. Tor.
And Zhang did that. Yeah.
And then you could learn shriveling.
I'm going to pop it into the chat here. These are all the spells that were in Cult of Ghouls. We didn't learn all of them.
Well, did Jeff, who learned resurrection? Didn't somebody learn resurrection?
Yeah, Jeff did.
Jeff did, okay. So, and he can teach it to the rest of us now?
Right, so what we've learned collectively here is contact lesser ghoul.
Summon, bind, lesser air elemental.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the list of all the ones that were in the books. I'm just wondering which ones people learned.
Well,
Yeah.
these are the ones we've all learned here. I'm gonna give you
Oh, really? Oh,
the
okay.
three-
Wow.
the
You've
three
been
lists
busy.
of them.
Well,
The one he's
I'm typing them out and putting little starry things next to them. These are the ones we've learned.
Okay.
There's a complete list, and then the ones he's dropping the asterisks next to are learnable.
Blade. Shriveling. Yes, shriveling.
Right. So I think was Mr. Tor teaching Blessed Blade, or was that somebody else?
That's right. Yep.
Tor taught Blessed Blade, but these other spells that he's got
Right.
asterisk there, Contact Lesser Ghoul, Summon Bind, Air Elemental, Resurrection, and Shriveling are all learned by different party members.
Right.
You, if you so wish. Or is a concentration to learn each spell.
We kind of avoided call dismissed Nyagtha.
Oh, that was the one I was most interested in. Okay.
Of course you were. The thing in the pit.
So somebody translated the book into English?
I believe that's what we did, yeah.
Okay.
Or at least
How
we've
about-
translated the spells, I should say,
Yeah.
some way or another.
Okay. So who learned Summon, Bind, Elemental?
I think that was Tommy.
Yeah, it was.
Dick.
Okay. And who learned Resurrection?
Jeff. Bow, bow, bow.
Okay. Zhang will work with Jeff and learn Resurrection. Or try to.
He doesn't have to try, since Jeff knows he can actually teach it to him correctly, so you learn it.
And how much time does that take?
That's 6 hours of concentration.
Okay.
And does he have the spell description on his character sheet, Jeff?
No.
I think he does, actually.
Does he?
I was looking at it earlier.
Oh, he does, yeah. Here, I'll post it.
So you can
I can get it off his character sheet.
copy
Yeah,
paste
that's what
off
I'm
his
doing.
character sheet.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then, yeah, you need to roll for luck. Any checks?
His
any-
luck and hit points are maxed out at this point.
Okay.
He's got a luck of 99 and 19 magic points and
Okay, cool.
21 hit points.
All right, so I think we're good. Harry, you're caught up, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so you guys are in this office with Dr. Monteverde. He's just translated the hieroglyphics on this dagger. And he sits down, drink, and he explains to you that, you know, before Dr. Wagner's death, creating with him on his book, Antiquity of Egyptian Religion, and he goes, you know, this dagger is definitely related to Thoth. It is most often represented by an ibis-headed man wearing the moon crescent and disc on this handle here definitely represents that. And to Wagner's research, because the transliteration I gave you, which is Nyarlathotep, old gods, that Wagner speculated worshipped and then translated into this Egyptian form.
Hmm.
You know, Wagner speculated that the old worship continued in secret at times where there were pharaohs and priests, and then more openly during corrupt and evil times. And one of the centers of these Morocco, Ashumane. I think that's how you pronounce it. Ashumane. Munayn. And this is in the Zagoro province. And this is actually where Wagner picked this dagger up. There's a temple of Thoth near this town, out in the desert.
So you're saying the old
Temple
gods are real?
Apparently. Well, they were worshipped in ancient times, and you know, Wagner definitely felt like there were cults continued this worship, you know, throughout, not only in Egypt but here in Morocco, and was one of these centers. Cult was actually active, and Wagner went down to this area and did.
And that's the name of the region or the name of the area?
It's Zagara is the name of the region. Ashmuni is the name of the town.
Okay.
And he went down there and did some archaeology, and I believe that's where he acquired this particular item, the dagger. Speculated it might have even been used for sacrifice.
So the dagger is Thoth related, but judging by the inscriptions on it, has something to do with the old gods. That's what this Nyarlathotep name.
Basically, we're worshiping Nyarlathotep in the guise of Thoth. You know.
Oh.
Again, like during the Enlightened times, you know, they were more clandestine, you know, secret about it, but you know, during the more openly corrupt and evil, open about their worship. So yeah, he speculated that there was a center of this down in this particular area. Very interesting work he was doing. It's unfortunate that his work was lost. Oh.
So who are we talking to at this point? I'm sorry, I'm not.
This is a guy by the name of Dr. Alfredo Monteverde.
Okay.
They found his name in a little scrap, basically, his apartment, you know, where he had been killed.
Right.
It was basically a note about him consulting on the book, and then they realized that the guy's an Egyptologist and he, you know, hieroglyphics, so they wanted to bring the items so he could check them out, specifically the dagger.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Are you guys planning on going down and the area, maybe doing a dig?
Yeah, maybe a little cap off the research of the that they did, I guess. Or maybe we can safely assume that these cultists are completing his research somehow. Seems like stuff they want to know.
Well, you get the impression that this guy definitely believes all this is in the past. He's talking about this stuff happening in ancient times, and
yeah. Well, we haven't shared with him what happened in Boston.
He hasn't given any. He hasn't given any.
In more recent times.
He hasn't given any indication that he thinks it's like a current. You know, he just seems to think it's, you know, an unfortunate event that Wagner died and work was pretty much lost.
Died in perfectly good health of a heart attack and a stroke simultaneously.
Yeah.
It happens.
So he's like, have have you looked at any of our collection here?
That's impressive.
Yeah.
As we walked in, it was very nice.
Any other items that you have related to these old gods?
No, not specifically. We do have some items from Ashmunane.
What's that? And I point to the spittoon. Because I don't know anything about artifacts.
That is a spittoon.
Oh, it's a spittoon, of course. I knew that.
It's an ancient burial urn.
Yeah, we do have some a couple items from Ashmunane, some pottery, and one outstanding statue. You know, he kind of
May
gives
we
you
see it?
gives you the area that it's in. He's like, I have to you have to excuse me, gentlemen, I have to get back to some. But yeah, he gives you the directions, and he's like, if I can help anymore, you know, if you have any items you'd like me to look at, or
Yes, we may need your services at some point in the future.
yeah, please contact me.
Is it okay if I take photos, Doctor, and I pull up my camera?
He
The
says
flash
yes.
goes off directly in his face on accident.
It's a good thing he said, yeah, I was about to charm him.
Yeah, he says, yeah, of course, you can take pictures. To the area, and him and Corso have a couple words. They talk a little bit on the side. You walk down, and section of these items from Ashmunane, there's various bowls and some jewelry, but what really stands out is there's this form is large statue.
Okay.
It's the form of a standing man with his hands displayed, palms outward, wild his hands, and he has a peculiar.
I'm sorry, you cut out again there. What about his hands?
So the statue has the form of a standing man with his hands displayed, palms outward.
Mm-hmm.
There are wild leopards licking his palms. Peculiar mocking smile, and is gazing straight ahead. And the detail of the statue is quite remarkable. Almost photographic.
Really?
What do
Yeah.
you make of that, Jeff? Time period is that from?
Bow, 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 bow. Let me appraise it. Well, I guess archaeology.
It's actually,
Is it Egyptian?
there's a little plaque there at the bottom, and it says it's dated to 2686 BC, and it states that it was found near the Temple of Thoth.
Aha.
But it's exquisite, and it's incredibly well preserved.
Does Jeff, he made his archaeology roll, does he see anything else about it that wouldn't be revealed by the fabulous tag?
Yeah, check it for writing. Hieroglyphs and stuff.
Just
He's stunned.
Yeah, it's incredibly impressive. I mean, it's one of the fine. I mean, it's an amazing condition.
Does it depict Thoth, or do we know who it depicts? Jeff?
No.
And I nudge him.
It's the standing form of a man, you know, incredibly well carved. Palms out, these wild leopards, which are also amazingly carved, licking at his palms.
Sebastian doesn't understand it, but he does know maybe there's a hidden compartment on it. He'll check spot hidden and see if there's anything he can see. Well, it comes up as Jeff, but that was Sebastian.
No, he doesn't see anything hidden compartment or anything on it.
I'll take a nice photograph of it.
It's like a solid statue.
I'm also going to take photographs of
idea.
the other artifacts he has in here.
Okay.
for our collection.
You photograph it.
Anything else unusual or?
Not really. I mean, it again, the statue itself is unusual because of its form.
Hmm.
Fucking smile and the gaze, and it's quite. It's
Yeah.
you know.
If it's that old and that preserved, I imagine
It's hard not to look at, but it's a little unsettling as well. It's impressive.
I whisper to Sebastian, that statue of that man gives me the creeps.
On this we agree, Juliet.
And I've got like sweat on my upper lip.
Sebastian pulls out his handy handkerchief and hands it to Juliet.
Your hanky. Nice. Such a gentleman.
Okay. Any other skills you guys want to try? Or are you good?
Let me look through.
Not my area of expertise.
Aloysia will regard it with suspicion and take a shot of vodka for his usual standard. And then, I mean, beyond the archaeology roll that Jeff made here, I mean, he'll look around the room and see if he can evaluate some of the other items, you know, like, is there anything in the room that might be related to some of the items we've seen before, or he'll just kind of scan the room. Jeff will. Oh, is somebody rolling for the doctor? The doctor could do Cthulhu Mythos.
You fails.
So did you roll for the doctor?
Unless you guys want to. He's looking at it.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I'll roll for him. All right, this is for Jeff, just his archaeology. See if he sees anything else.
Well, he agrees with the plaque, you know. Definitely accurately dated.
Hmm.
All right, let's see.
Are there any of these things that that we want to know something about the owner of, or the person who made it?
Certainly wouldn't hurt to try there, X. If you fall into a catatonic state, we'll bring you back.
The doctor smokes his cigarette.
What do you suggest?
Have we done it to the dagger? Let's start with the dagger.
Yeah.
Oh, the psychometry? Oh my gosh.
Dagger seems important. If somewhat evil.
Okay, so I assume you guys are going back to the villa then, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we taking these items with us?
Well, you guys have the dagger and a bunch of other items you acquired at the auction. And do you know what happened at the auction, Harry? Were you there? Were you playing when the auction occurred?
Sorry, I just realized I was on mute. Yeah, I was there to the cliffhanger.
Okay, cool.
And
So,
I didn't know is how we got the dagger back, though.
Oh, okay.
The police actually got it for us.
Did they save the day?
Yeah, they actually did.
Okay.
That was like a remarkable game twist. I don't think I would ever seen that coming. Like they actually helped us.
Yeah, they managed to. I don't know if you know details, but they basically chased the guy into the Italian district, and when they found, when they got to his apartment, all the tenants, all the people in the apartment building were out on the street gagging. Well, one of the cops put a cloth over his face and ran up the stairs and kicked the door in, and they find this body, which is just burnt. Face and everything's burnt off. Horrible.
Oh yeah.
couple guys, so they saw a couple guys running down the fire escape, and they chase after them. They get in a car. They get into a car chase. They shoot the tires out. The car wrecks. One guy takes off the car, big sliver of glass through his face. And that's where they found the dagger, was in the glove box. The guy kind of jammed it up with his body. The other guy took off and he got away.
And we also went, and me and the doctor went over and purchased the corpse basically from the mortuary. We incinerated it so we can resurrect him later and get information out of his tortured soul.
Yep.
How about Charles Dexter Ward?
Okay.
It's kind of the
lost
plan.
sanity loss.
Yeah.
So I guess he can use the arithmancy, or what is it called? Is that right?
Psychometry.
Sorry. Psychometry, right?
Yeah.
I guess he can do that back at the apartment.
Yeah, you guys go back to the villa.
Was there anything else we wanted to do after visiting this doctor?
I don't think so. I think right now we're just kind of milling about, just preparing to go out to the site, I think, or the sites that this guy, this author, was visiting.
And then we also have the when is the next auction?
It's tomorrow.
So we could send agents of core to do that while we go out to investigate this so-called Temple of Thoth. Or we could go to the auction ourselves.
You break out a map, and you see general area where this thing is here.
Cool.
We see the map and the what?
So if you look, it's down in this area, right around here.
And
Now-
we're all the way up in Tangiers. How long of a train rider? How long would it take us to get all the way to?
So there are a couple options, Socorro says, for travel. You know, of course you can go by vehicle. Rough roll down there by vehicle. We could do that. Or you can go by train. There's the general, there's the basically he's like, but there is the Orient Express, that line. Basically rent a private train.
Okay.
If you wanted to.
Sebastian's like, this sounds like the right way to go.
And what's the travel time to get there?
It would be about a week. Maybe a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. It depends on what happens on the track.
Okay. And what is the second auction that you guys were talking about?
Yeah, so Socorro lets them know that there was an important individual from a pretty well-known family, a collector of different antiques and Moroccan antiquities and Egyptian antiquities, who passed away, and they're having an estate sale.
Yeah, there were some certain items that we looked over.
Yeah, I think they have a list.
Yeah, I do. I'll paste them in the chat here. Eight items.
Yeah, so Sebastian's following up on the Oriental Express, the private train, Kyle.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a private train. Sweet.
He'll call back to Monaco and ask his trusty servants to make the arrangements.
It is a private, owned by some of the royalty in Morocco. So your connections help. Star. You know, it's Rain Man has a salon car and sleeper cars and a dining car and
I'm sorry, how long's the trip?
He said it's a week.
Wow.
It could be longer depending on the conditions.
We stock it up with steak
Yeah,
and champagne.
steak and whiskey.
Aye.
Cases of brandy, champagne, Scotch whiskey, and steaks.
Yeah, we'll direct Mr. Sikora to stock it well with everything that we'll need. And what about weapon-wise? We still just with handguns, sidearms? Where's that damn Huey? Jeff? Status. Huey.
The Tangiers has been a much harder place to get stuff than I imagined.
Damn it.
They got me on lockdown, fellas. Lockdown.
Damn it, Jeff.
But maybe now outside of Tangiers, how does he sound? I don't even know I've never heard him put a voice to him. So anyway, so kind of I'm floating between. I don't know what accents I'm using. Anyway,
Kind of makes me wonder. Is he American? I think he is.
He doesn't really know.
So Koro says if you give me a list of the weapons you want, one weapon apiece, and see if I can't acquire those and get them delivered down there to you.
Okay. Yeah, that could be helpful.
All right.
We may need some firepower at some point, fellas.
If you guys want to, again, right now you can only have pistols, but if you want to make a request for a specific, and
About high explosives.
yeah, grenades, sure. D4, sure.
Just give him a laundry list of everything we want and see what he can get. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, seriously, like pick a particular weapon you want. If there's a automatic weapon listed out.
Yeah.
All right, that's what Aloysia wants.
And if you want, a couple grenades, 3,
Can you ask on behalf of the party, Juliet, for grenades?
Yeah, I do. I asked for any kind of explosives. Grenades would work fine.
Sure. Well, improvised.
I think Zhang's probably fine with the weapons he has.
Some plastique or thermite would be better. All right, so.
Okay, you can put that down. Put grenades, plastique ? Thermite ?
Yep. So Ingram Mac 10, grenades, including smoke grenades. Any high explosive, even TNT will do. Oh, what happened? Get me out of the game. Oops.
That's what Esteban would like right there.
For some reason, Roll20 kicked me out. I'll be back.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything like any plastique, thermite, or even
You look like you're still
TNT.
on it.
Surely there's some dynamite to be had somewhere here in Morocco.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably just laying around.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get explosive wise, sure. Guess let me check on this dog real quick. Hold on.
There we go.
Shotgun, good call.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get away with having the light machine gun.
Mr. Sikora is a very resourceful fellow.
We've encountered some very deep with resources individuals so far, so that's been good.
What else? What a
Acid.
4-wheel drive.
How about some acid?
Acid?
Acid is always good.
Yeah, I have something like that, I think.
But yeah, something with 4-wheel drive would be good.
Yeah, something waiting for us at the train station.
What would have been a good 1970s 4-wheel drive?
An old deuce and a half or something.
An old Toyota
Something
4Runner.
Yeah, something. Jeep.
Land Rover.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd probably be more likely. Tank. We'll get Jeff working on a tank, too. Yes, I said tank.
He doesn't flinch. I'm on it. I'm on it.
Right. Russian, Chinese, whatever. I don't care. I mean, think about it, guys. That's the way to fight the mythos, man. In a freaking tank, in a hold-down position. Optics and all the whole bit.
I want a 1970 GMC Jimmy with no top on it.
How about a Ford Bronco?
Yeah, Ford Bronco. Toyota Land Cruiser would be good.
Yeah. Riding style. Yeah, so 4-wheel drive, extra fuel. Maybe some camping gear, too, might be wise.
Something.
Water.
Water.
I was going to say,
food.
yeah, water would be good. Yeah. Where's the water? I replaced it with this ammunition. No.
We have plenty of piano wire, but no water. Yeah, film with the camera. I'll bring along my nun habit. You never know. Couple extra ninja suits. Surplus magnifying glasses.
Some rope.
Vodka.
You know what we should get in honor of the beater? We should get a 1970 Chevy Suburban, man.
Can you guys hear me?
There you go. Yeah, I can hear you.
Vaguely.
Okay, great. I was having problems with the mic. Okay. All right.
Some four-wheeler. Drive with fuel. Camping gear. Tents. Water. Cooking fuel. Light, flashlights, lanterns. Rope. Climbing gear. be fun. I've never been camping before, says Juliet.
The first graduate of West Point's has never been camping? Camping for pleasure, huh?
Do they
Maybe
make
some
long?
shovels.
Do they make long underwear for women?
Sure.
Hell yeah, they
With
do,
the name
especially in
brand
the
stuff,
70s.
not the cheap stuff.
Hanes?
Hanes.
And an army to carry it all.
Says you should be able to get most of the general, even the 4-wheel drive, you can probably get on the train, along with all your camping gear and all that stuff. The weapons, I may have to have delivered to you there.
That's fine.
Maybe Eddie Bauer would have had vintage 1970 stuff way back when.
Oh, one other thing too, Mr. Socorro, if you can, and these items may be hard to find, but any additional tracking equipment, like audio bugs, receivers, any kind of electronics you can get a hold of as well. Radios, things like that. Walkie-talkies.
You guys can have, I can definitely get you walkie-talkies, but I can also provide you with a pretty good radio, and we'll designate a frequency.
Yes. Excellent.
That'll be for the weapons drop, and then that'll also be I'll give you a frequency to contact me.
Perfect. Yeah, like a shortwave radio or something.
It's nice, man. It's got this crazy, and it's basically just like you'd see a military radio.
Yeah.
Longer, a little bigger.
I think the number one priority here, though, Mr. Socorro, are automatic weapons. Which anything you can do, so just do your best to get whatever you can.
Yeah, certainly. I will definitely try to get the equipment you guys have listed out and have it down there. If not, waiting for you, hopefully soon after you arrive.
Yeah, we may need some digging equipment, too. Shovels and such. Pickaxes.
Idea when you're dealing with ruins.
So, Sean and Kyle, what are we hoping to find there? Do we have a connection between Carl Brunner and the people
Harry,
that this doctor was just telling us about?
Yeah, Harry, I don't think you've heard the story behind the author of this book.
Okay, I can go back and listen to it.
Well, I think I can find it in text and just kind of do the highlights here. But basically what he did from memory is he was an Egyptologist or archaeologist type, I think. And he wrote a book on ancient Egypt. And he found out some kind of new information that was kind of rejected by all the scholarly types. He was kind of shunned by all the scholars or whatever. But he found something out here in the desert. Let me see if I can find it here.
Well, also, just really quick, remember, too, that, Sophia Becker, assistant, this woman
Bruner's
that,
assistant, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that basically left. You guys tracked her to the airport. She flew to Tangiers. Corps people put, basically surveillance on her. With some people here in Tangiers, and then she goes on the safari. Apparently, she contacted some people in Tangiers and wanted them to go to this guy's estate sale, acquire some of these items, and you would assume that was probably the Ravalati guy, right, who stole the dagger. So that's kind of the connection back to Brunner.
Mm-hmm.
Assistant was interested in this auction.
Right.
And you would think probably sent this, if he couldn't buy it, to steal it, which he did, but unfortunately it was recovered. So that's kind of the...
Yeah, the cultists and the mob were interested in this author's findings out in the desert, apparently. So that's kind of what we're doing. We're going to go out to the original digs and everything that they were doing out here and just see what we see. And the Sophia chick is still on our hit list.
Especially Aloysius.
Yep, because he hates old ladies.
He really does.
Okay.
Cannot wait to break her legs. Or knees.
All right, so you see Socorro over there. He's making various calls, trying to get the train all taken care of and get this equipment for you guys. But yeah, you've got the items sitting there.
Excellent, we're packing it up. Going on an expedition here, boys. It'll be fun. I've never been camping.
So are you going to take all the items with you?
Well, anything that we can't get when we arrive.
I'm talking about like the alabaster dish and the jeweled scarab and the book
right.
of the dead,
The
book
valuables.
of the dead, and yeah, the antiques. I mean, I assume you'd take the dagger with you, but I don't know about all that other. I mean, or not. I don't know. I don't know what Just keep that in mind.
Well, Socorro, I mean, we talked to him, have an earnest conversation with him about what are the realities of keeping this here. Security will be good enough. Can Tor protect these items, or should we bring them with us?
Well, there may be items you think are important to you. I don't know.
We're definitely taking the dagger because that's in the coat of the doctor.
Sure, the doctor has that. Yeah. Yeah. But if you have other items you need to store, I have a cold rolled steel safe here.
I think we'll take the Cult of Ghouls book with us too, now that we can use it for reference.
Mm-hmm.
I'll carry that.
Use it for reference, yeah.
They'll have to pry it from my cold, dead fingers.
So, so Zhang would like to study there's like a statue among the things that we purchased at the auction?
Yeah, there's a bust of a unknown pharaoh.
And the statue you guys are looking at the National Museum.
I'm sorry, I missed the first part of that. What about the statue at the museum?
There's a statue at the National Museum. That was the one that I was talking about with the outward palms and the leopards and that was at the National Museum.
Oh,
that
okay.
particular statue. But yeah, they do have a bust of a pharaoh's head. Along with the dagger, the Book of the Dead, the alabaster dish, and the jeweled scarab.
Shit. I don't know, maybe we should just take it all with us, guys. I mean, we're all gonna die anyway. That's what we got. We decide we're taking the dagger. I think the head of an unknown pharaoh maybe we can leave behind.
I don't know if Zhang wants to study it.
No,
right.
So, I mean, it only takes like less than 10 minutes for him to try and use the psychometry. So I just wanted to, before we leave, I mean, maybe there's enough time to try it on all the different items, but
Sure.
No, certainly. I think you should try on pretty much everything, man.
So I know
See what we find out.
The dagger going with us. I mean, you could do he could use that later. It does drain magic points, right? So
I believe so. Yeah.
yeah, it's a D6 plus 4, and I'm not sure exactly how that works. You don't want your magic to go to 0, right?
Right. And
Correct.
you get 1 magic point back per hour.
Yeah. So I mean, I think he'd like to just start with something. So how about the bust of the pharaoh? And so he'll hold that in his hands and try and concentrate on it and see what you can learn about the people that have. Let's see. I don't know. I guess if he can learn about or concentrate on where this statue head has come from or something like that. Is that, I don't know, is that reasonable?
You'll get some kind of.
Have to be about the time that it's made in. I was trying to read through all the descriptions.
Feeling off it, you know.
Okay, yeah, some kind of impression maybe.
Yeah.
It's an unknown pharaoh, Harry. Let's find out which pharaoh it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's the main part of the psychometry, I think, is to. Well, it says emotions and impressions from physical non-living object. All right, so he'll try it.
Right,
okay, so
roll.
as you're holding
I'm making it hard on you, Lee. He succeeded.
As he's holding onto this sculpted head, he more like a holy man. More, instead of a pharaoh guilty, it's more like some type of
So I'm sorry, is the sense that this is someone who owned this object or who the object represents?
A little bit of both, maybe. I mean, that's just the feeling you get, that it's
Okay.
more like, instead of a pharaoh, it's some type of priest or holy man. And you also get just a very slight sense of something unknown. You're not sure.
Okay, so it's a D6 plus 4.
Ooh.
So he loses 6 points, or he spends 6 points of magic.
Oh.
I don't think I realized you had made a hard success there. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Zhang will describe that sensation to the other people.
Oh, so it's not a pharaoh. It's a mortal man.
Some type of holy man or priest. You know, hidden knowledge or something. You know, that's the impression you get.
Something odd by Egyptology standard, I think. Priest of Thoth. Right? Am I too far off here? Like Priest of Thoth /
Sounds
the gate.
likely.
Yeah, the gateway, god of the gate, or whatever it is. It's another thing we maybe need to study a little bit is about this gateway thing. Harry, did we go over the translations from the dagger with you? Let me show you.
No.
So here's what it says in the dagger, and there's translations and transliterations here. They think it says one of these things in general, but the transliteration is the last entry there. The actual phonetic pronunciation of it.
And that's what's etched on the
dagger, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I say God of the Gateway. Because the guy told us that this Nyarlathotep is one of the old gods or something, is what he said.
Mm.
No rest, no peace. That's us. Let's go.
Plunge through the gateway wherever it is.
You think there's
And so do we
actually
have
a gateway,
information about
Sebastian?
where these items came from? I mean, I know they were on but we acquired them from the auction. But
Yeah,
do we know
there's
whether these things are items that were found by
They were part of the
person
author's
who
collection,
died?
weren't they?
Yeah, Monteverde definitely suspects that the dagger from Ashmunane,
From this location where we're going?
because there is a temple of Thoth out in the in the desert there. But that's where Wagner had done some studies. So it's possible some of these other items are from that same location.
Sure.
The dagger for sure, because he knows there's a temple of Thoth and the Ibis Bill and the relationship with the
Right.
and according to Wagner is actually Thoth is this older god, some type of messenger, and actually had cults in Egypt and Morocco. Of course, long ago.
I just had a thought.
It all sounds very foreboding. Shang's ready to dig.
Yeah. So I just had a thought. So going out there, we were talking about a 4-wheel drive, but I had an even better idea. Camels.
Camels?
Yes. Because camels don't break down.
Good point.
And it's much cooler.
Or when they do, they just fall over and stiffen up.
No, we get young, strong camels.
Zhang went dark there.
We're going to buy some camels at a premium here.
Chang has seen a couple dead camels before.
Terrible camel.
He's been around.
He knows a good dinner when he sees one.
Oh,
Yeah, he's been
shit.
around.
Oh man,
Rump roast.
what's happening to all our young, strong, not stringy or tough meated camels?
And that's another thing. They also count
We
as
can eat
food.
'em.
Yeah. If needed.
I don't know what that's going to do to the morale of the other camels.
You better bring some chili peppers and some soy sauce, man. 'cause
Worcestershire,
I don't think camel tastes so good, but okay.
Yeah.
That's why they're so good with their spices in Morocco.
Yeah, so we'll bring the Chinese spices.
Exactly.
I'm not kidding. Spices.
Yeah, so Socorro says,
Or
sure,
camels.
we can get some, but you'll probably have to have some local minders or camel riders. Riding skills, you guys know how to ride horses at least?
Now that you
Socorro
mention
looks
it.
at you. You guys know how to ride a horse?
Not very well.
Everybody's like,
Socorro,
5% of the
Socorro
5%.
shakes his head. He's like,
how hard can it
5%
be?
of the time. Back to the car.
Don't you just get on the camel and ride?
He calls you over to this fireplace, and above the mantle there's this picture of him on this white Arabian horse.
Oh.
At like full tilt going through the desert, He's
Okay.
like, yeah, you guys should learn how to ride. You never know. You can't always have a car.
There's only one way to learn.
Yeah, I guess let's start with the camels.
It's like,
Man,
okay,
didn't we have
well,
camels in another adventure?
I'll have to hire you some minders, basically.
Yeah, sounds like it.
We did in the Shadow Desert.
And they
So
weren't
what do
very
we-
cooperative. Oh, we were
what
trying
do
to
we-
capture them or something. Go ahead, sorry.
No, that's okay. Can we research this area to find out what's there? Is there,
Yeah,
you
like
know, is this dig just out in the middle of nowhere, or is there some
Excellent.
significant population nearby, or
natives,
is
yeah.
there a well somewhere
well,
in the
yeah.
vicinity?
That's an
So
excellent.
I don't know where we would find out those
excellent
things.
You could go to the library.
Maybe
and
the library?
yeah, you go to the library and see if
Okay.
Sebastian is still rocking his library skills.
Yeah. Shang's like, to the library! Sebastian kind of like, face goes flush. Oh,
Yeah,
God,
but-
not the library.
Yeah.
I had my first success at the library. I'm jazzed up about it.
Cool. What's the name of this
Right.
place, Lee? What's
I mean,
the
I
name
don't
of the
want to
region?
jump ahead. So if there's something else you want to do right now, while we're here,
No, that sounds like a fantastic idea.
It's the name of the town is Ashmunane. It's Ashmunayn.
Okay.
Am I pronouncing that correctly? Ashmunane.
No, it's
Ashmunane?
the American
Sounds good.
pronunciation, yeah.
yeah,
Right? I don't know.
I'm willing to go
Anyways.
with it.
All right, we go with that. For short.
Ashmunane. And I'm sorry, when you indicated on the map where it was, Lee, you said it was just south of Orzazate?
It's down
So-
here.
Okay, so southeast of
Yep.
We'll do an X marks the spot, some more down.
Orzazate.
Ooh, that's a terrible X.
Perfect.
And the dotted lines
It
represent
looks like
railroad
it is.
lines,
That's both railroad and road.
or are there roads to this part? Okay, or
But
I
they're
guess
not
between
they're
those
not
major cities that are marked.
exactly. But even there, this is not paved roads. Once you get past Fez,
Yeah,
it starts getting rough, and it gets rougher as you get
I
more
would
into
imagine.
as you get more into the country. So I mean, for Foud, that's you better have a 4-wheel drive and some extra tires and someone who knows how to fix a vehicle.
Well, maybe we could start with the railroad schedule. Is Ashmunay or
Well, what happened to the camels?
Ashmunay-
Well, I think Sebastian was looking into actually getting a private train for you guys through the Orient Express.
Right.
Oh yeah, down that way. Yeah, absolutely.
Desert Star, and you could
Is-
probably carry a lot with you that way.
So is Ashmunay a stop on the railroad or
It is. It's a little
Is
town
it-
there.
off from that? Okay.
It's a little town. It is off from that, but there's a little stop. The train can actually pull off the track there, and station there.
And so the
train.
Egyptologist who we conferred with, he gave us sort of a map to tell us how to get to the dig site from
Not really. He was
the train station
like a general, like, oh yeah, go. It's down there. It's some
down
it's out-
there.
It's out in the desert. It's a couple clicks out. Information. So maybe going to the library is not a bad idea.
Huh.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
do it.
So, and did we wind up getting a copy of the doctor's manuscript at some point?
That is a good point. I don't think we have.
No.
We had a lead on that, I think.
Well, yeah, we should have asked his Egyptologist friend if he had a copy.
Indeed.
He actually said that he didn't. The fact that he didn't have a
okay.
copy. He was like, ugh.
He's going to make it hard for us.
So,
Yeah, let's do some library research here. Figure
Yeah,
out
the-
what the
the
hell's
guy
going
who-
on.
I'm sorry, I'm not remembering his name, but
Monteverde?
No, the guy who died, whose
Wagner?
things we bought, right? Okay,
Yeah,
Wagner. Is there a library where he was doing his research or doing his work?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, was it
of course, that
associated
is-
with some kind of academic place or something like that?
he was working primarily out of his apartment, and probably out of his estate. But then he also, he was probably at the National Library, the same place that he donated the book to. The same library you guys are going to.
Perfect.
Maybe they
Alright.
found the lost volume.
Make sure Sebastian wears his helmet and his knee pads.
He hasn't had any knee injuries yet. The helmet's probably warranted.
So we had information that the book was missing or stolen from that library because we went there before, or we heard about it?
We went there, and actually, we located where the book was supposed to be. It was gone. We went and
Oh, right.
consulted
Okay.
with the librarian,
I'm sorry.
and she was
Okay.
like, "Oh,
It's coming back now. Forgive my poor memory.
Oh, geez, we can't start there, man. Because if I have to say I'm sorry for any of that stuff, we'll be spending all night with that."
Right.
You arrive at the library, and it's that same there, the reference library.
Yeah, we may have to depend on Humperdick
Hello.
here. Humperdick's got a 70.
Well, we'll all be rolling.
Down with the book learning.
Well, let's get the rolling here. I'll roll for.
Right, so we're researching Ash Munane and how to ride a camel.
Oh,
Nice.
check me out, baby.
And I wonder if we should see if Bruner's cohort has been here.
That's an excellent idea.
That's a great
I wonder if they have
idea,
like I mean,
We have photos.
you know, every likelihood they'd be working under. Oh, yeah, we do.
Hmm?
So I was thinking, you know, they're just as likely to use a fake name. But yeah, if we have a photograph of her,
We do. From the
then maybe we
airport.
could show it to the librarian and see if this
God,
person's
man.
been around.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Harry.
Look at all these people with 20s and 30s, and they're rolling extremes. I'm having a banner library. We're having a banner library thing here.
Boom, I
The
made it
world
too
has
with the
turned.
29. Yeah.
Which means when we really need it for something super important,
Yeah, you won't.
Oh, look at this!
then
And
we
the
will
doctor
have you.
failed.
Yeah, thanks for being the wet blanket, Harry.
Yep.
Thanks for reminding us
No,
about
no,
dice
no.
karma.
At a craps table right now.
According to a man I trust who's great with numbers, Harry, it doesn't really matter what we rolled before.
And, Harry, you have 99 luck. I have 91. So we're good on skill rolls for a little while, at least.
Yeah, and
At least important ones. But I think that's a good
Okay.
idea. I think Zhang should snoop around with a photograph of Sophia and ask some of
Well,
the
was there-
library administrators or whoever.
sure. Was there somebody who she worked with and helped last time?
Well, it's the whole Bruner gang, I guess. Seen any Nazis lately?
Did anybody smell of sauerkraut?
So Jen will
Right.
engage the reference librarian in the conversation,
Okay.
and so he'll have the picture of. Is it? Trying to get name.
Real name Sophia Becker.
Name's Becker. Yep.
Sophia Becker. Where is that? I don't have it
That's her real name.
easily at hand. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I'll ask the librarian if she recalls seeing this person around in the last, is the face seem familiar?
She's like, oh, I about patrons check out books. I don't know if I should tell you who. She seems a little.
The envelope.
She seems a little put off. She's like,
Okay, so
what if someone came in asking about you, showing me a picture? You want me to be like, oh, that guy came in here with a bunch of his friends.
One of us needs a badge.
Nice, would it? Do you have like a charm or?
Yeah, so he'll attempt to. Yes, he's quite charming. So he'll attempt to charm her, I suppose.
Okay.
Into. So I don't know. He says, I wouldn't. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What were we gonna say, Kyle?
I was just gonna say, can you please do it in a Chinese accent? Please, charm, please. Oh, you look really nice today.
I do trick for you, and he does a double backflip, right there or something.
Okay.
Now you do trick for me. It does flip.
She stands.
So he manages to be more charming than I'm being.
She forgets where she is for a minute and stands up and claps a little bit. Oh, and then she sits back down. Ooh, sorry.
It's those pearly whites.
She's like, yeah, I have seen her in the library before. It's been a little while. Months. 8 months.
Did he tell you that she's a dirty book stealer? No.
Okay, so he thanks her charmingly.
Okay, she likes the attention.
Does he pop a bouquet out of his sleeve?
I think that's magic.
Magic is real.
Exactly.
He
asks her how to look up something in the almanac.
So as you guys are thinking about finding this information, you all basically come to it at the same time. You're like, it's over here. There's this book. Reveals that back in the 30s, there was an archaeological dig done by the British. Sure enough, it lists, there's a Temple of Thoth. It's got a very basic map. It looks about, 1.5 kilometers away from the town, due north. There are these ruins.
Oh, there's a map?
Yeah, there is a map, and I'll get that scanned and posted for you guys. I just don't have it at the moment, but it's a very basic map. It basically shows the town, ruins, and it's got some there are some little looks like little hills and little features. It looks like a place where it actually shows where the temple entrance is.
X marks the spot.
It's pretty rudimentary, but apparently there was some type of expedition by the Brits in 39. Not much more information than that.
Did any of the people who succeeded find out about the current locations in Ashmonain? Or Ashmonain? However it's said.
Yeah, basically, determine what you found, which is north, about 2.5 clicks.
No, I mean about the population of the city or this town that we're going to.
Okay, the city itself, sure. Yeah, it's a very rural town. There's probably, there.
I'm sorry, you dropped out again. How many?
Yeah, so there's like about 3,000 people. It's a small town.
Okay.
It does serve as like a little stop for various Bedouin tribes that move through the area. People there, depending on the time of year, you know, and they're also around the area. There's other tribes and other groups that live in the desert in this area.
What language?
Okay.
You know,
What
kind of-
language do these people speak, and does Socorro speak it?
You know, there could be Tuaregs. There's Arabic. You know, most people can speak Arabic. A lot of people can speak French. But then there's other tribal dialects as well. But if you can speak Arabic or French, you can probably communicate.
What is most valued in the desert to these people?
Water, I would imagine.
What'd you say, Kyle? I didn't hear you.
I said, what is most valued by these people of the desert?
Well, water is definitely the most valued commodity, and then after that, probably livestock.
Yeah, I was going to say herds of whatever if they
Yeah.
keep livestock.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it'd be water, livestock, and then
Interesting trinkets.
Camels.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
well, of course, you know, firearms, highly valued. You know, intoxicants, highly valued. Women, highly valued.
Cigarette lighters.
50,000 cigarette lighters?
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah, cigarettes, cigarette lighters, all that kind of stuff, man, for sure. Slaves, even though it's illegal.
Cocaine, and we have plenty of that. Right, Dr. Humperdinck?
I don't know if I have surplus cocaine for people.
Marijuana.
Well, there, you know, here in Morocco, of course, there's the Rift Mountains, so there's some of the best hash in the world.
Hashish, yeah.
Literally, some of the best hash in the world there from the Rift Mountains. So.
Well, there's your answer, Sebastian. So, yeah, if
It's
we want
also
to...
highly valued.
Juliet really wants to ride a camel. Any books on camel riding? The do's and don'ts of
Make a library roll.
the do's and don'ts of riding a camel.
Whoa.
Very nice.
The complete
Fine.
book of camel riding.
You
Camel
do.
jockeying.
That's exactly what it is.
Camel riding for West Point graduates who are women.
Yes.
It's right up my alley.
But you do find it actually.
It's in its 5th edition.
Did you guys know that they can go without water for weeks? Wow.
Yes, Juliet. No more facts, Dr. Humperdinck.
They let you check that out.
I'm checking it out. Coming with us.
I assume you guys make a copy of the
Map.
So another thing that might be useful to maybe look through the newspaper and see if there's any information about outages on the rail line in the last week or so, just to, like a skim through the front page or the first section of the news and just see if.
Okay. Is that what you're using your extreme library use roll for, or is that for something?
The one that he failed.
Who rolled the extreme?
Sebastian and Jeff and Alicia.
I also rolled an extreme,
Yes.
but that was all about camel riding.
Yeah, so as you're looking through the newspapers, Jane, you definitely there are some bandits occasionally. The Moroccan military have to get involved. And yeah, there's some other stories about different outages, trains being delayed because of sandstorms and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's possible.
Can we take a short break here?
Yeah, let's.
Absolutely.
Sure.
So I found
Sounds
the
fine.
name of the book is How to Ride a Camel in 12 Steps with pictures. Oh yeah, let's take a 5-minute break, shall we?
Okay.
I'll be right back. I'm back.
Yep,
Oh.
I'm here.
Shit, I forgot my coffee. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, Harry, I've been watching some highlights from the last season of Aussie football.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for reminding me how great that shit is. Hasn't changed. It's still
Yeah.
as great as ever.
It's pretty awesome.
It is.
It's surprising how much they fidget with the rules from year to year.
Yeah.
So
Really?
a lot of what they used to get away with when we were watching in high school, you can't do anymore.
Yeah,
But
some of the tackling and stuff, yeah.
it's pretty exciting still.
It is. It's a great game, man. I love it. I love the commentators, too. It's a sizzler!
Yeah.
I love that shit. It's awesome. So entertaining. Lots of action.
Yeah, and it's so refreshing compared to, for me anyway, compared to American football. You know, I like American football. Don't get me
I
wrong,
do too,
but,
yeah.
There's just no time for the celebrations and the taunting because they're tossing the ball up.
Yeah.
And the play just moves on.
It's intense.
And
You know?
like I said, I find that refreshing. I think the one thing that I really love about it is it rewards endeavor and bravery of the individual player.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
And, you know, there's room in the game for all body types. So,
Man, it's a true game of skill, man. You can tell the players have been playing for a while and who are really good at it from some of the players who may be kind of newer, you know, maybe a little stiff.
Yeah, no, it's a huge difference.
Yeah.
When you get a player who's played for 100 games.
Yeah, some players are just fantastic consistently.
Makes such a huge impact to it.
Yep. So yeah, thanks for reminding me how great that is. I'll probably be getting into that next season. I'm sure.
Okay. Now I know what to get you for a present.
Haha.
Probably would make a good investigator.
I am going to note in your notes here, Lee. I'm just going to add it because we have the good, Mr. Tor, Chang, and Socorro. The bad, Bruner, Becker, and Ravalati. I'm going to add the ugly, and that is going to be Dr. Humperdick. All right, just for the record. Esteban.
Damn those.
He's not dashingly handsome.
He's ugly on the inside.
Gotcha.
All right, so we've done our library research. Have we done all of the psychometry that we want to do, Mr. X?
Good question.
Well, he loses up to 10 points, so and you gain back 1 an hour. Is that what you said?
Yep. Well, 1 an hour. So in 24 hours, you should generally gain them all back.
Okay.
Or even 12 hours, depending on how many you have.
19.
Wow, that's a lot.
So I think you'll wait a day.
Jang is centered.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe, wait until we're closer to getting on a train.
Okay.
How are the logistics coming together? Like we're gonna be able to do that? And
Yeah,
how soon?
Socorro tells you guys, yeah. You know, days. Have the train ready. The supplies you guys needed, minus the special items that I'll try to get down to. I'll try to get down to you when you're there.
Perfect. And don't forget the steak, please, Mr. Socorro. And the champagne.
Absolutely.
Maybe the last luxuries we have for a while.
Do you want wooden stakes or iron stakes?
Yeah. So the question comes back to you, Sebastian. Do you want to hire like a gourmet chef and have like butlers on this thing? You know, you want to actually.
But of course.
Juliet sprays her drink in Jang's face at Jang's comment about steaks. He's like, "Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry." And she,
So you
she laughs.
No, I could just see us getting out there and opening the crate of stakes.
Right.
Yeah, Socorro says you probably should hire a couple cops to come with you.
We do.
Oh, well.
You should contact those two guys. You know,
Oh, the guys who, yeah.
found the dagger.
How did we possibly forget to do that?
You guys should contact them too. Probably be good to have at least someone be on the train with you. That's
Someone with a badge, like I was saying.
yeah, Moroccan law enforcement, right?
Yeah. Perfect. I like that.
Moroccan law, bitches.
So who's our local contact? Is Mr. Tor here? He's right. He's
No,
back in.
Mr. Socorro is.
Yeah, Socorro.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
fez wearing.
We should ask him what he knows about the railroad company. If they're somehow connected to his organization at all.
We have used this particular train before. You know, luxury trips, not necessarily, you know. But yeah, we have a pretty long history with the Orient Express. You know, that company.
It's encouraging to hear that it's luxurious. Because this may be
it's a fine.
this may be a railroad to hell.
With a steak in one hand and a glass of scotch in the other.
Yeah, says Juliet cynically.
There's a lot of cynicism around tonight.
Yeah, it's the name of the train is the Desert Star.
Nice. How appropriate.
And the bell in front of it is in the shape of an ibis.
Right. Yeah, we don't notice it as we're getting out on the train.
Yeah. All right.
Nor the pack of ghouls in the caboose.
Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of which, we can call some ghouls at any time.
I was going to say,
or attempt
if
to.
we contact Lesser Ghoul, could just come up like two carts.
Yeah, I'm just a little afraid to do that right now. I don't know. You'd have to talk me into it.
So the night comes and Socorro's meditating. Courtyard. It's about time. You guys are pretty tired.
All that liquor.
All that investigating, man. You guys were at the National Library and
You know, those dusty old
seeing
books.
them and doing psychometry on items and bring trains and equipment and
Yeah, Juliet gives Zhang some
A
vitamin
lot to
C.
put together.
yeah. So you guys are pretty wiped out. But you wake up the next day, have a nice breakfast, and well, let's go to this auction.
Sounds good. I also had an idea. Maybe if we can make a phone call to Stamps, See how things are going in Boston. Any updates from Stamps? That might be a good idea too. You never know. Good old Stamps. He is back in Boston, I believe.
So you want Socorro to reach out to him?
Well, no, not now. After the auction. It was just an idea I had.
Okay.
So what do we think about the?
What do you think about what?
Okay, so
So the toy barge, the ornate locket, the seal of Solomon, the ceramic vial, the robe of office, shrunken human
Head.
Heliot.
It's a head.
Okay. And a basalt paperweight. That sounds important.
It does. I think the Seal of Solomon.
Yeah,
And,
that one sounds important for sure.
They all could be important.
Sebastian's excited about the toy barge. He'd really like to have that.
you guys load up. You guys load up in the Mercedes.
Yep.
And a spice box.
With about $180,000 in cash between us.
Yeah, that's how we're gonna flavor the camels.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys know how much money you have on you?
Yeah. It's quite a bit.
Okay. Okay. So you head out to the auction. It's in the middle of Tangiers. It's in a really nice section. It's near the governor's mansion. It's not too far from where Socorro's villa is. And it's in this really nice estate. It's pretty big house. Again, there's probably 20 to 30 people milling around. And they have the items on display up front in glass cases. Probably about an hour before the auction begins. You guys there a little early.
What about the police presence? Do we have police there again?
You requested that, right?
Yeah.
2 friends.
So did they? What happened when they caught up with the guy who stole the dagger? Did they beat him up? Did they do him in? Did they?
No, remember he ran back to the Italian section of town, and when they got there, the denizens of the area were gagging and choking, and they found him.
Oh, right.
And his body was half burned, and they found the dagger in the glove compartment.
Oh, the guy. This is the guy who stole it.
Mm-hmm.
His body was half burned.
Yes.
In his apartment or in the car?
His apartment.
Mm.
That's why
When they were observing that, 2 people are like running downstairs. Oh, and there was also cash scattered around the apartment. Probably about $5,000. Apartment. But yeah. But these are the 2 police officers that brought the dagger back.
Yeah, highly trustworthy police officers. They're on our side.
They did, right? Or
I
they looked
I
around?
think they searched, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's Shaktiri Al-Abadi. Then Al-Hazid officers. Shaktiri's a sergeant.
So they have them on display in a glass case. Anything
They
stand
do.
out?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys, of course, could walk up and make rolls.
Oh yeah.
You're looking at this stuff. You guys are, if you have skills, you have archaeology, or you have.
Jeff will run up to.
Or you have history, or you have Cthulhu mythos, or you have, I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff you could do. You got an hour.
Well, Jeff and the doctor will stroll up to the case and examine each one as the hour passes, using their fantastic archaeology and Cthulhu mythos. Do they have to make a roll for each item, or?
Yeah, they have to make a roll for each item.
Okay.
So
We're
let me
gonna
know
both-
which item you're looking at, and anybody else too who wants to roll. Let me know what you're doing.
I'm gonna roll for those guys first.
You want to, even if you want to try to roll archaeology and you don't have it, maybe you'll roll the 1. You know.
Juliet is just going to kind of mingle
Okay.
and look for any familiar faces, especially Italian ones.
Okay.
She'll just kind of
I
mingle
think that's
and
more likely.
yeah,
the
she'll
way
just kind of
that
mingle with the
Jang's
crowd, you know,
go
talk
as well.
with
Okay,
people.
so Juliet and Jang are basically doing recon.
Kind of, yeah, scoping the crowd.
Yep.
So is there reconnaissance or
Looking for concealed
guess
weapons, stuff like that.
spot hidden?
Okay, yeah, you guys can
What
roll
other
spot.
skills are?
Yeah, so you guys can roll spot hidden.
So this is for the Seal
Okay.
of Solomon. How much luck did?
I don't think you
84.
can't use luck for Cthulhu Mythos.
Nah.
I don't
All
think.
right. We'll do for Jeff. Where are you, Jeff? Jeff. This is for the Seal of Solomon and archaeology. Jeff makes the archaeology roll on Seal of Solomon.
Okay, so Fennec. It's a 6-point engraved star. It's a Hebraic Star of David. Intertwined equilateral triangles and 1 golden engraved in hieratic characters. And there's 1 platinum engraved Hebrew lettering. Exquisite workmanship, and it's very unusual. Worth some money, and he it's definitely old. Probably 900 BC.
Okay.
Damn. But he speak Hebrew?
Not that I'm aware of.
No.
Basically, says it's definitely a seal of protection. Yes.
Oh wait.
Oh.
Let's see. This is. I forgot to roll for Esteban's French because it definitely he studied the book. Let me just get that out of the way while I'm on this sheet.
Okay, guys, roll spot hidden.
All right.
Everybody.
No, just Jang and
Ugh.
Juliet.
What
We're
about
horrible.
Sebastian and Alicia will be looking around too.
Okay, so they're not looking at the items.
I just think they'd be better served doing.
Sure. No, just tell me. Yeah. Okay.
There's Sebastian's roll. He rolled a hard success.
Yay.
Alicia.
For those damn Ravalatis.
Discovers the vodka in his pocket and drinks it.
So Sebastian, you see this gentleman. He's dressed in a suit. He definitely looks like he's Caucasian. Maybe English. Smoking a cigarette, and you can tell that he's carrying a piece.
Okay.
Some kind of shoulder holster.
I'll stroll over to.
He's definitely not Italian.
Okay. I'll stroll over to the our friendly guards and just give them a little tip of the glass towards that guy and say, looks like somebody's prepared for something tonight.
So the sergeant will kind of lean in and he says, "Yeah, he's a antiques dealer here in Tangiers. He's at a lot of these types of estate auctions.
Okay. And
He's got a shrewd eye."
Okay. The doctor and Jeff are going to move on to the ornate locket. Take a look at that. So, ornate locket, Cthulhu. If there's any Cthulhu in there, good doctor spies it.
And what is he looking at? The
Ornate locket.
So this is like, it's basically a red bud. It's a wooden box with sturdy brass reinforcements, and it's got a thick chain around it. Necklace, right?
Okay.
And he definitely senses there's something special about it. There's the designs on it look all
Repeat
which
that,
again
Lee.
is
They look what?
designs on it are Kabbalistic. So from the Cabal, it's like a Hebrew esoteric practice of magic.
Mm-hmm.
Recognizes that. He's like, that's some type of Hebrew magic item. That's what he says.
Okay.
You know, who knows what's in it? You know, it's there. It's got something in that box. You know, maybe
Magic is
Help
real.
fish. All right.
Mhm.
Jeff will take a run at it archaeological wise. And gets distracted. All right, we're gonna move on to
That baloney smell.
yes, yeah. The doctor's like, it's Kabbalistic or something, and like gets in his way. Breaks his concentration.
Yeah, right. He distracts him so much, he barely looks at it.
All right, the wafting smells of bologna take his mind away. All right, the toy barge. We're gonna look at that one next. So since I'm on Jeff's sheet here and I've got his character pulled, let's do archaeology first. And then we will do looking at the toy barge and kind of runs his hair through his slick back hair and flicks it in the direction of Esteban, and Esteban gets distracted by that.
all right. It's about circa 2000 BC. It's a child's toy of Egyptian burial barge. It's made of sycamore. The workmanship is very fine. The workmanship's almost too fine to be a child's toy, you know?
It's not a child's toy.
It's an
very
Egyptian
unusual.
magic item.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the ceramic vial. Humperdinck gives it the.
You guys want to try rolling on any of this stuff, Jang, or
Sure, try.
And
I mean,
Jeff.
even if you have, you don't have to.
I did watch a lot of In Search Of.
Yeah, you can continue to scan the crowd, or you can point knowledge.
Just watch a lot of In Search Of.
I could use a check in archaeology. What the hell?
Yeah.
There might be something in
okay.
that camel book.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the robe of.
Ah, the robe.
I think Zhang will keep on inspecting the crowd.
Okay.
And just spread your charm, Chang.
Jeff makes it on the robe of office.
Okay, so Zhang, you notice the same guy. That's he looks like an Englishman.
Uh-huh.
He's wearing a nice suit. Items. He's got a cigarette and a cigarette holder. And you can see that he's got some type of pistol concealed
Should introduce yourself, Shang. Give him the 3rd degree.
In broken Chinese.
Okay. Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Why are you here? What are you doing?
No, he'll be much more subtle than that. Like, a very interesting auction.
Yeah,
I wonder if
yes.
anybody has any pistols for sale.
But yeah, this is quite a collection. Serious bidding for these items.
Which university do you work for?
It's like, oh, I actually own a antique store. Card.
Do we have business cards?
I don't think you do yet.
What sort of cover have we come up with?
Well,
We
you
work
are
for,
working.
we work
you are
for.
working for core imports.
Yeah.
So when he says, I guess he'll say something about working for an import business.
Oh, excellent. Well, it sounds like we are in the same kind of business. And he'll speak to you in Chinese. He speaks Mandarin. Do you speak Mandarin or do you speak? What kind of Chinese do you speak?
Is that what's typical in Beijing?
And there's different dialects, but yeah, Mandarin's pretty.
I thought Mandarin was the dialect of Beijing.
Yeah, he speaks Chinese. You're impressed. He speaks pretty well. Perfect, but
I was kind of hoping that it would be a dialect that would offend you, and you.
Right.
but yeah,
Let's see. So I don't know. He'll talk to him in Chinese about some recent occurrence in China, I guess, or something. If there's
he basically
something that was
tells
like a headline news item people would be aware of who were following what's going on in the country, then he'll talk about that with him.
Yeah, you have some small
Just
talk.
trying to make small talk.
Yeah, he talks to you. He's a friendly guy. Looking at the items as you guys are talking, he's kind of walking along.
I found it. April 1970, China launches its first space satellite, Dongfeng Hong.
That's definitely worth talking about.
Yeah, or making a joke about in some way. Yeah, so Mandarin is the main dialect.
Jeff has some insight on that one. And Humperdinck.
Or how about a cult, too, maybe.
Humperdinck will spend the 11 points of luck. Oh, dang, that's right. Yeah, damn. Humperdinck won't do shit.
The description of this thing, when you walk up, there's a little description there, and it says fake philosopher's stone. Used as a paperweight. Stone. It says, deceased claimed gold he owned was made from this stone using modern chemicals and ancient alchemic techniques. Curiosity item.
Change it to Alicia, though. Alright. Roll number 4. He's been watching In Search of with Juliet in his spare time.
Very popular show.
Roll number 6. And 7.
Did you know that Leonard Nimoy played Spock in the original Star Trek? Oh.
That was for the Basalt Paperweight, which I think both those guys made. But not both of them, but that was awfully close. And then for the last one, big finale. Oh God, he bumps into Juliet, just knocking her just away from falling on top of the item.
Yeah.
Watch your step, Aloysia.
This is
How much have you had to drink today?
1 or 2 bottles. Hard to keep track.
She rolls her eyes.
Alicia lights up a big stinky cigar.
And she goes off to get him some coffee.
All right, guys. Well, they start calling everybody. There's 15 minutes before the auction starts.
Juliet would like to be seated as nearly as possible to the gentleman in the suit.
Okay.
Does he seem to be with anyone, Lee? Or is he just all by his lonesome?
Appears to be all by his lonesome.
Perfect.
All right, guys.
Ideally, can I find a seat next to him?
Roll your luck.
Okay. I'm a lucky girl. Look at that.
Happens to be a seat next to him.
All right, I do. I give him a nice, sweet smile as I pull up my program.
He seems to be pretty. I mean, he definitely, he smiles back. Hello, but he definitely is intent. Or looking at these items. He's got his little paddle there in his hand.
Mm-hmm. I've got mine.
Okay. All right. So.
Did you say he was American or British? I'm sorry.
British.
Okay.
Ah.
Yeah. British.
An English gentleman.
All right. So they say, all right, we're going to start the auction. The first item that's up for bidding is the toy barge. So let's start the bidding at $1,000. What the suit raises for $1,000. Someone in the back tops it for $2,000.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sebastian kind of looks around.
Like,
and just like
2,000.
The great
2,000.
pumpkin coming out of the thing, he'll slowly raise up his paddle.
Okay, so 2,500 or 3,000. What are you doing?
2,500.
All right. The guy next to Juliet raises his for 3,000.
Juliet outbid him.
I'm waiting for the going once.
The game is on.
All right. Going once.
Juliet.
4,000.
Ah, we have 4,000 from the beautiful lady in the front.
Sebastian gasped.
4,000. $1,000.
And I don't even look at the guy next to me. I'm just, yet.
1,000 going once. 4,000 going twice. He raises his paddle. 4,500.
Now I look at him.
He looks back at you.
I look very disappointed.
45 going once.
And Aloysia raises his up out of a puff of smoke.
5,000. 5,000 from the distinguished gentleman with the crazy Russian hat on. 5,000. 5,000 going once. 5,000 going twice. Oh,
Say again.
clapping.
Oh, okay.
5,000, so Aloysia got it. Yeah,
Sold.
So
All right.
Thing from the
Juliet.
Next item.
Juliet looks at the British gentleman and kind of rolls her eyes and smiles. She giggles.
So he's a little distracted.
Yeah, maybe.
He is. He's definitely paying attention to you.
So I think while the bidding is going on, Zhang is gonna look around outside of the building that we're in.
Okay. So Zhang, you begin to go outside.
Yeah.
Outside. Okay.
He's just gonna
Going
look
out.
on the street and see if he sees anything suspicious.
Okay. Yeah. So you're basically out walking around. Okay. Cool. All right. So you begin to make your way outside. On the front, front there, and you see there's down the street at a little, crosswalk or whatever. Some people walking around. So on to the next item. It's going to be the ornate locket. Start the bidding at 1,000. Okay.
Humperdickle raises. Battle.
And we have 1,000. 1,000 for the locket.
Juliet
Got
says
suit
2,000.
raises. All right, 2,000. 2,000. 2,000 going once. 2,000 going twice. The guy raises his 3,000. 2,000. We have a bidder for 2,000. Do I hear 3,500? You hear 3,500 from the back. Guy,
3750.
3,750. We have 4,000. This is 4,000.
Who bid 4,000?
The guy in the suit, the British guy. 4,000. 4,000 going once.
5,000.
5,000. We have 5,000. 5,000 to the lady. He looks over at Jeff. 6,000. It's like 6,000.
He puts his battle down. He wants to see what happens.
Yeah. Okay. To the little lady once, twice. Sold.
Oh, she claps.
And the British guy
Is she chewing?
says, "Excellent acquisition."
Oh, thank you, sir. I'm delighted.
What were you saying, Jane? Jane? Jangity Jane?
Zhang back there lurking around in the shadows.
Yeah. All right, the next item, the Seal of Solomon. It's out at 2,000.
What did we buy the toy boat for? What was the final bid on that? I'll try to keep
5,
track
I
of this.
think, correct?
Yeah, 5K.
Yeah, 5. Mm-hmm.
Locket was also 5, I think, right?
Yep.
All right. We're on to what now?
Seal of Solomon.
Seal of Solomon.
I'm starting that out at 2,000. Or 2,000 for this amazing Seal of Solomon, engraved, golden, platinum engraved Hebrew lettering.
Aloysia will raise his paddle.
2,000. Do I hear 3,000? Raise his hand. 3,000. Gentlemen. 3,000 to the gentleman in the back. 3,000 going once.
Sebastian will raise his paddle.
Twice.
3,500.
All right.
Yeah, we should try to spread this out. We don't want to cause too much suspicion here.
3,500 going once. 3,500 going twice. To the distinguished looking Frenchman. Right now we have this ceramic vial.
He claps his hands and takes a drink of scotch.
Start this vial out at $500. $500.
The doctor will raise his paddle.
$500. $500 from Baloney Man.
550.
The British guy holds his paddle up. 1,000.
Oh.
There. Going once.
1,100 back here. It's the doctor, me.
The British guy turns around. He looks all irritated. He's like, 1,500. 1,500.
1,550.
Says 2,000. The British guy bids 2,000.
$2,001.
Yeah. No, he would. Probably.
He would, yeah. 2001. 50.
Auctioneer shake his head in disgust.
All right. How uncouth.
He's like,
Yes, please
The British
pick the
gentleman
minimum
says
bid.
2,500.
The doctor
Points.
says 3,000.
3,000 from the irritating man in the back. 3,000.
Juliet audibly gasps.
3,000 going once. 3,000 going twice. Sold to the uncouth doctor in the back room.
He gestures by thrusting his hips.
Let's put that baloney away.
The doctor would say, "Don't you know who I am?"
That's probably true.
Right, so we have now the robes of office. It's
Okay.
amazing. Embroidered robe. Gold and silver threads. Come on. We'll start that at 2,000. 2,000. Anybody?
Robe of office, huh?
This guy holds his paddle up. 2,000. From the man there. 2,000, 3,000. Do I hear 3,000? 2,000 going once.
4,000.
Jeff will raise. Oh,
4,000. From
be
the
careful with Juliet, man.
4,000. Do I hear 5,000? Raise a paddle. 5,000. We have 5,000.
6,000.
Back.
Oh, I'm gonna give
It's the same Arab in the back that did before. 6,000.
6,000.
The British guy sits down. The Arab guy in the back bids 7,000. 7,000. At this point from the crowd, $7,000.
Jeff raises his and goes 7,500.
7,500. 7,500. Bids another. Use 8,000. 8,000. 8,000 to the gentleman in the back.
What?
10,000.
So
10,000.
Sold to the gentleman in the back.
I couldn't hear you, Lee. You cut out.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you messing with me?
series. No, I'm being serious. I was like, I couldn't hear you.
Okay.
Because
All right. So,
Sebastian would have been,
so-
and I think Juliet would have too.
Yeah, I was waiting for the going once. I didn't hear it.
okay. So it was
10,000.
What did you? 10,000. All right. 10,000 to the lady up front. There's a little gasp again from the audience. 10,000 twice. The Arab guy stands up. 12,000.
She turns and gives a steely look at the Arab. 15,000.
Oh shit, man!
15,000. $15,000. $15,000 going once,
Sacre bleu, ah.
going twice. Arab guy stands up. 20,000.
Oh my god!
$20,000. There's people turn around and look at the guy. $20,000 going once.
The doctor says 20,000, $50.
We don't accept that bid. 20,000 going once.
20,500 then. My money's good here.
Eyes. He's like 20.
21,000, you uptight son of a.
All right, Juliet says 28,000.
Sweet mother of mercy, woman.
Excuse me?
28,000? 28,000 going once. 28,000 going twice. Ends up 35,000. 35,000 going once.
40,000.
Second. $40,000. $40,000 going once. Going twice. Some clapping.
I'm sorry, you cut out again. Can you? What
Yeah,
happened?
there's some. Yeah, the 40,000 got it. Juliet got it. There's some clapping.
Yeah, she just kind of raises her chin with a very cool, calm, collected look on her face.
And murmuring.
Sebastian takes a look back at the, or I guess Aloysius probably, or the doctor's close to the Arabic man. He observes him.
Oh yeah, his face is burned into my mind. I know exactly who he is.
He's
Oh, no, Humperdinck's trying to figure out.
Well dressed. I mean, he's in a very nice suit. He definitely looks Moroccan. Yeah, he doesn't look angry or phased or anything. He's very, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, probably secretly the seller. Usually how it works.
Yeah, maybe so.
Okay. Hopefully there's still some money left out there onto this shrunken head. Let's start the bidding at $500. $500. 500. See the British guy. 500.
Oh, Humperdinck raises us 1,000.
1,000 to the gentleman in the back. Guy bids 2,000.
Jeff bids 3.
$3,000 for the head. 3,000. See the Arabic guy bid 4,000.
Aloysia will bid 4,500 for Mother Russia.
All right, 4,500. 4,500 for the head. British guy bids 5. 5,000. Hold this paddle up. 6,000. 6,000.
I don't know, guys. Where else are we gonna find a shrunken head?
6,000 going once.
The
6,000
doctor
going
raises like, I need this for my medical practice. 7,000.
7,000 going once. 7,000 going twice. Sold to the gentleman in the back, who's become a little less irritating.
That's right. You called me a gentleman. Remember that.
The crowd laughs.
They do. The paperweight here, this little curiosity, this fake philosopher's stone, we'll start the bidding at $50.
$40,000.
What?
No, just kidding. Sebastian just wants to have the highest bid of it. No, Sebastian will bid 50.
$50.
What's
$50
your
going once. Twice. The British guy holds his paddle up. He's like, 100. $100.
Sebastian
Once.
wants us. He's gonna go 200.
All right, so the British guy holds his paddle up and says $1,000. $1,000. Okay, $1,000 for this fake philosopher's stone. $1,000 going once.
1,100. I need it for my doctor's practice.
I need to use on that.
I need a new paperweight.
Just remember,
1,100 for some sort of
just remember,
from the scam artist in the front.
my
1,500.
pediatric practice is gonna suffer if you outbid me on this, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use this to hit children in the head with. All right,
The healing rock.
you're healed. You're healed. 100,000. Guy bids 1,500. 1,500.
Some rando.
1,500 going twice.
Aloysia will bid 1,800.
The Arab guy stands up. 2,500. 2,500 going twice. In the back.
Who's the scam artist here?
All right. It's the spice box.
Oh, Zhang, you're gonna want to come back in for this one.
Oh, goody, the sugar bowl.
All right, so this incredibly old, beautiful, ornate spice box is numbered and inscribed on the front, this ancient Arabic writing. It's a fine item. So we'll start the bidding at $3,000. $3,000. British guy holds the paddle up. 3,000.
4,000.
4,000 from the lady. 4,000. 5,000. Arabic guy holds his paddle up. 5,000. I got 5,000. Do I hear 6?
The doctor will go 6,000. I need it for my medical practice.
6,000 from the doctor. All right, 6,000. Got 6,000 going once. Do I hear 7? Anybody have 7 for me?
7,500.
The lady. The Arab guy stands up. 10,000. $10,000. $10,000. Do I hear 11?
Sebastian will raise his and be like 15.
$15,000. Do I hear 16? Do I hear 16? British guy stands up. $20,000. 20,000. 2,000. 25,000.
Sebastian, how much did he say? 25 grand?
Yeah.
25,000. Oh,
said
wait, we're at
25,000?
25?
25,000 from the little lady. 25,000. It's an old auctioneer trick. 25,000 right there. 25,000. Do I hear 30? 30,000?
Old auctioneer trick. Good one.
The Arabic guy stands up. He's like 30. 30,000. Bid.
Sebastian will bid 32,000.
32,000. 32,000. 32,000. Do I hear more? British guy stands up. 35. 35,000.
Jeff will go 37.
37. Arab guy bids 40. $40 for the spice box. $40,000. Do I hear 42?
45,000. 45,000.
40. 45,000 from the little lady. British guy stands up. 50. The British gentleman. 50,000.
Now's your chance, Sebastian.
Sebastian raises his paddle. 57,000.
Ooh.
57,000. $57,000. I hear a higher bid. 57.
Juliet's on the edge of
The
her
Arabic
seat.
guy holds his paddle up. 60. 60. There's a gasp from the crowd. Oh. $60,000.
The doctor will bid
1,000 going once.
65,000. Son of a. Call me a gentleman.
For 65. 65,000. 65 going once. 65 going twice. The Arab guy stands up. 70.
Ooh.
70,000. 70,000 going once.
Sebastian will bid
Going twice.
72,000.
Are these the spices required?
$72,000. $72,000. 75.
All right.
75,000.
Can I recall how much money we have here?
$75,000.
We had like 100. We had 180, right? And we've spent 10.
Dude, I've got
50.
diamonds.
All right. All right, 80,000. Sebastian says.
I have $100,000 in fine cut diamonds.
$80,000. $80,000 going once. $80,000 going twice. Ed Frenchman.
All right, 80 grand. The spice must flow.
Spice is life.
All right.
As we know, he who controls the spice controls the universe.
Okay. So, you at the end of the auction, you're up there,
All right, what's the bill?
smiling. Yeah, he as you guys approach, you know, of course, for your items.
Yeah, I turn to the English gentleman and I offer my hand.
Oh, he takes it and he kisses it. He's like, "Oh, it's such a pleasure to see such a skilled." He's like, "Congratulations."
The pleasure was all mine, fine sir.
And he hands a card. It's an antique shop in Tangiers. Thanks.
She puts it into her purse.
It's been there since the 1930s.
Oh. How much was the ceramic vial? Anybody remember? And I didn't spell
how
vial
much?
right.
It wasn't that bad. I don't but you're recording this, right?
Yeah,
Okay, we can go back and check.
I don't think it was over 5.
I don't think so either.
So his antique shop has been there since the British expedition that first dug at this place we're trying to go to.
That's correct. Would
Ooh.
appear so.
Didn't get with Tim, Juliet.
That's my calculations are correct. That's $145,000 and $145,500.
Ooh. We stayed under budget, but just barely.
Yeah.
So how do we want to do that? Do we want to split it up? Do we want to?
Well, I thought that Sebastian was just going to pay for everything.
Oh yeah, I can definitely pay for it. We have to use the cash we have.
Yeah.
Right now.
All right, I've got let's see, got about 50 grand in cash here, and I have $100,000 in fine cut diamonds. I've got about 150 grand. Assuming that they would accept the diamonds as payment.
We all have
He
we'll see.
he pulls out his diamond loop
Mm-hmm.
and then begins to look at them.
I anticipated he would.
Yeah, this'll do. Sure.
All right, I'll give him the diamonds. That's 100 grand right there.
Yeah, these are excellent quality. That's a fair appraisal, he says. That's.
This is all in private too. Like.
Yeah, no, he's
Yeah.
got you guys. There's a little office he brings you guys back to.
All right, who's got $45,000? $45,500. What we need.
Sebastian does.
All right.
You give
Cash.
him the cash. All right, so he's very happy. Says he can't believe how well the auction went. The estate would be very happy.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Zhang. We've got this. Just money.
Okay. He's happy to reimburse somebody or pay his share when the opportunity to do that would be right. In fact, he'd probably rather somebody else hold all the
Well,
hold
I
his
think
money.
any kind of personal debt is the least of our worries right now.
So he provides you these items. It's quite a collection of items you guys have.
Certainly is. I paid $40,000 for a robe, guys.
And Zhang, as you were outside reconning around, you didn't really see anything unusual.
Okay.
There wasn't. Yeah, so there wasn't any. You didn't see anybody lurking. I assume you load up in the Mercedes.
Yep, as Juliet is wondering to herself if this is just all for naught.
Back to the villa, and Socorro's there, and he says, "Oh, he's definitely interested in the items you guys got." Oh, got the train, and getting all the items packed on it right now.
Excellent. When will you know about the weapons?
Hopefully before you leave tomorrow. I'm hoping to get some word that they'll be heading on the way. You know, they'll be on their way. That's what I'm hoping.
We're counting on you.
kind of sitting around the table. Suddenly you see Humperdick stand up, cry, ah, ah, and he like grabs his coat, like where the dagger is, and he falls forward.
What? Doctor. Somebody get him up.
All right. Well.
That's where we'll stop.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Tom will love that.
You guys
Very
are
good.
You guys are looking at all the items and everything. You're like, and Tom Humperdick just stands straight up and he's like, he lets out this horrible scream and back of his head, and his hand goes to the place where the dagger is in his coat, and he falls forward.
Oh, it's the freaking dagger, man. Yikes.
Doesn't sound good.
His last words.
You guys
I'm
go
a
over.
gentleman.
You're like, what's going on, man? You like see, and he seems like he's coming to.
Okay, that's good.
He's probably out for like a minute, maybe 2 minutes. And there we go. We'll stop there.
That's cool.
Scores you need to roll, or
Yeah, let's do some skill checks here. I guess we should have known that Tom, being the bearer of the dagger, would die by stroke or something, huh? Probably had a mini stroke. Copying some of these notes of these items into our journal here too. It's a very expensive robe.
it's all expensive stuff.
Oh, darn it.
Almost, man, almost. That's brutal.
Paid 80.
Oh, wow.
Paid 80,000 for the spice box. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, and you guys haven't even had a chance to look at any of that stuff. You just got it.
I think the only thing we didn't buy was the basalt paperweight, or did we?
No, it was the one that got away.
Probably the most important item too.
Fake Philosopher's Stone got away.
Yeah.
Did it? I thought somebody did we not win that?
Nope.
The Arab gentleman in the back got it.
Arab got it.
Okay.
Jeff's archaeology went up surprisingly.
Oh.
And are we rolling for luck too, or?
Sure.
Yeah, he definitely needs a luck roll. Oh man, no way.
Shit, what did
God. Jeff did not have luck with his luck. Alright, Elisha. Library use. Right. Oops. It's rolling as Jeff, but that's Elisha.
You guys were thinking you were going to get attacked at the auction, didn't you?
That's why I was sitting right next to him.
Yeah.
Well, yes, of course we did, because that's what happened last time.
Good. Hey, I endorse that thinking process.
History repeats itself.
It could happen again. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, what do we got?
Well,
for
I mean,
Julian?
it's telling that the guy who attempts actions all shows up with a gun.
Yeah.
Right.
I do this all the time. That's why I'm always packing heat.
It is Tangiers, you know. It's a rough. It's a bit
Damn,
of a
I
rough.
failed my luck roll. Look at that. Wow. I like it.
Nice.
Alrighty, thank you, Lee.
Yeah, that was fun.
Thank you,
That was
Sean
fun.
and Kyle. Have a good evening.
All right,
You too.
Until
And
next
I'll
time.
talk to you in a week. Okay.
Take it easy,
All
Harry.
right, later, bud.
Bye. What's me at 99 luck? That's it.
I think there's going to be a run on luck here pretty soon.
Yeah, we'll need it.
Yeah, remember, you always want to keep 30.
Yeah, right. All right, good game, fellas. Until next time.
Yeah, good game, Sean. That was fun.
Yeah, no,
Good job.
on the train, we can maybe do a little research on these items and consult the cult of ghouls and all that good stuff. Do some psychometry. Any information will help, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, you guys have. There's all kinds of stuff to investigate now, and you're like I said, tomorrow you got to load up on the train.
Some of these items may actually be useful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now Humperdinck
Okay.
has his shrunken head bobble for his chainsaw.
That's true. That's a nice flair for the chainsaw, right?
Yeah, most importantly, yes.
Gotta have good flair.
For some reason, I just envisioned him in that robe.
Well, I did too, actually, when I was bidding for it. Yeah.
The robe.
When he said it was a judge's robe, I thought, oh yeah, Tom's gonna want to wear that. You know. All right, Lee. Good game, man. Good job. That was fun. See you next time.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Another one in the book.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good.
I'll post it up so the other guys can watch it or skim it or whatever.
And I'll add to the summary, and I'll get that in a better form to post a PDF or something like that.
Yeah,
That's good.
we'll just update it ongoing. That'd be good. It's always good to have notes from a GM's perspective because we'll miss stuff sometimes.
Yeah, and I'm not going to put in every little detail, but definitely just a broader stroke, so anybody who's not played,
Yes.
they can take a look at it and be like, okay, this is what's going on.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time to do that. That is useful.
Absolutely.
All right, man.
All right, guys.
Have a good evening.
Ooh.
Good night.